Son, this thing right here, it is it's accurate. Let me tell you something. That is impressive. Hey guys, today we're back with another firearms review. And today on the channel we'll be reviewing the Accuracy X AXE-34 match. Stay tuned for this one. Alright guys, we're back. Once again today we're going to be reviewing the Accuracy X AXE-34 match. This is a Glock style handgun from Accuracy X. Before we get started with the review though, I would like to let you all know that this pistol was sent to us for free to review on the channel. They did not give us any type of money, any type of ammunition, nothing at all, just the firearm itself. Reason I like to do this for is not only does it make it a little bit more worth my time to actually review the firearm, but also it lets us have a lot more time on the firearm itself and get some more rounds down range and actually get a feel of what it is like. Versus, getting a gun sent in for, maybe a few weeks or whatever else, and then having to rush the review and not getting near as many rounds down range or time with the gun as I would like to have for the review. So let's go ahead and jump into it. Like I said, this is the Accuracy X-34. Here we can see on itself. Go ahead and make sure no magazine or anything in it. Gun is empty. All right. Let's set this over to the side and see everything comes with from factory. With this one here, we got two of the 17 round mags with the Terran. I think this is a +3 base plate on them. We got two of these. You get the Glock magazine feeder as well with them. Set them over to the side. Get the Glock back straps. And it feels like this box never ends with everything that you get. You get your normal cleaning kit from Glock. Here is the 17 pound recoil spring. We got something else that come with that. This right here talks about all the mounting types that you can use for these firearms here and the way he's got that set up, which we'll talk about later. Here's more for the universal Glock setup. You can see here that anything that you can think of pretty much you can run. We'll go ahead and set that aside here for a second as well. You get your lock. You get your hex keys and some extra screws if need be. You get a raised front sight post to co-witness with your optic. We'll talk about here in a second. You get a adjustable rear backup sight to go on your firearm as well. Get that and pull that out, and we'll talk about that a little bit later in the review as well. As you can see it here, adjustable U-notched in the rear end of it and works perfect with your Glock itself. Here is a 15 pound spring. And this is one that originally come with it, which I think was a maybe 14 pound if I'm not mistaken. I'll annotate that in this review currently right now. But here is the original barrel for it as well. As you can see, we do have the threaded barrel on it currently. So with this review here, we did get 1,000 rounds at downrange with this pistol. We done pretty much 50-50 to be honest. We've done 500 rounds with this one here, and we've done 500 rounds with the threaded. And we've done pretty much a 50-50 with it being suppressed and unsuppressed. So let's go ahead and look over the gun itself. This is the 5.31 inch barrel, and this barrel here, if I'm not mistaken, almost makes it a full 6-inch barrel right at it, if I'm not mistaken. So up front you have a fiber optic sight. This is the one that will co-witness with the rear backup sight. If anybody is wondering why I have this on here for, it's because I could use this in a holster whenever I would like to. The front sight that come with it, that co-witnessed with the back sights, I'm not for certain. We was having some holster issues with that. Main one that I could see is that whenever I was inserting it into my Safariland for Glock 34, it was rubbing the top of it a little bit, and also as well, it could have been a few other things. We didn't really dive too deep into it because once I got this put on here, we just left it. But once we did get the front sight here put on it, we did have no more issues with that holster. So that's why we have it set up with this one. But as you can see here, with that normal adjustable rear sight on there, it would add up perfect with it. Here we will get a good sight picture. You can see it looks like it would be sighted in, but that's actually right where it is. So if you would aim just a little bit low with that, you would still be fine off with co-witnessing, but it does not do a full co-witness while you have a optic mounted and not the correct front sight, obviously. Let's go ahead and set this over to the side here. You have ports on the firearm here itself, not the actual barrel, but the slide, just lighting ports, front cock inspirations. Your flesh will actually dig into the gun itself. You can cock it with 2 fingers here, as you can see. Very nice slide, cuts out really, and you can see here on the top they have an X. Just a really nice gun. I remember whenever I picked it up at my FFL, one guy said, "Man, that's the ugliest Glock I've ever seen." And another one said, "Well, I actually love it." And it kind of grows on you. Whenever I first picked it up, I loved it all along. But whenever I first picked it up, I was like, yeah, I could maybe do without a few of these here and there. But as I kept with it, it kind of grew on me. But I'm sure that if you wanted something changed on this, you could probably get it changed if you'd like to, straight from Accuracy X. So as you can see here, we have the 34 cut in to the top of the slide. You have the X coming on the side, Accuracy X. Here on this other side, Accuracy X as well. Has a little bit of dip down here, which I've never really seen on a other Glock beforehand, before this one. But it looks pretty good. I like it, as you can see what I'm talking about here. We have our TruthCon RMR RM09, if I'm not mistaken, 1 MOA. That's what I would love to run on every single one of my actual pistols. My favorite optic for right now anyway, mounted onto the plate that's mounted onto the Accuracy X slide itself. Very nice optic, and it's run absolutely perfect. We'll do another look at it right here. Coming on back, just a normal Glock type stippling is what it feels like here to me. Pretty nice. Okay, so moving on here to the actual rail itself. Rail is normal, just like on the Glock 34. You have the X's cut out into the actual grip itself, so you can feel where your finger is on the left-hand side, or whenever you're doing a full purchase, you can get a little bit of texture there to ride on the gun as well. We have a full undercut here, just a single undercut, but that helps you get your hand a little bit higher up on the pistol itself. It helps ride up a little bit, and makes it even more controllable than a normal Glock. Plus, too, like I mean, if you know a normal Glock, you feel like you want to get a little bit higher up on it, but this one right here lets you just dig in a little bit deeper, and it makes a big difference. We have the Timney Alpha trigger, but this one here, Accuracy X actually designed, or I guess you would say they tuned it a little bit to a 3.25 pound with a very crisp reset. Let's go ahead and check that out. Once again, it is empty. So pull it in. There's the wall, creep. There we go. Reset. There's that. A little bit creep. There's the wall. One more time. There's reset. Creep. Pow. Very nice trigger. One of the best ones I felt. I actually have a Timney trigger in my normal Glock 34, and it's nice as well, don't get me wrong, but with that extra little bit of customization that Accuracy X has done to it, it's made a big difference. You have the normal Glock 34 slide release on both sides, so nothing too fancy there. Comes with most Gen 5 34s now. Normal magazine release. The grip here has been redone with X's for the Accuracy X brand, and you can hear it is a lot more texturized than a normal Glock 34 is. If you get a good tight hand on it, hold it there for a second, and you can actually see in my hands here the little miniature X's, which I think it's pretty interesting. It does do a very great job at gripping the firearm itself. You have a mag well here at the bottom to help assist in reloads as well. Whoops. As you can see there. Alright guys, so let's go over a few other things that Accuracy X wanted us to include in the video itself. A little bit more in-depth detail on the gun itself. The slide is made from aerospace medical grade 416R bar stock, 416R Accuracy X match barrel with button cut rifling with match chamber. Is hard match fitted, providing radically improved accuracy, which this is what it's talking about here. It's actually fit to the gun itself, just like this barrel here is. Durable non-reflective bar style finish, and as you can see here, we've had this thing in and out of a holster for about 2 months now while we're doing the 1,000 round review, and you can see it's got a little wear here on it, but I mean, besides that, there's not a single other mark on this that I can find. Just about right there if you just catch the light right with it. But even then, you'd think it would be all the way up the actual slide like it is on my duty gun, but it's not. So that is held up pretty well. Optimize ergonomics on the frame and grip, which allow for a higher, more controllable grip for the pistol and increases felt texture and control of the firearm, like we talked about earlier. Multi-sight sight system, which offers a full, true Bowmar type adjustable sight. To our knowledge, this has never been done before on Glock striker fire pistols, in addition to multiple other red dot sight options. Absolute zero repeatability. The zero cannot change due to the patent multi-slot slot-to-sight system, regardless of how many times the sights are removed or reinstalled. It's very crazy accuracy, which we'll talk about that here in a second. So getting into the actual type of sight system it is, one gun, any sight, any 1-0. The multi-sight system is capable with all the leading optic choices on the market. Multi-sight allows you to choose and use the optics you want, then lets you choose again and again. The multi-sight system quicks interchangeable front slot sight, which allows you to perfectly match your front and rear sight sets. Precisely, the machine patent index recoil lug ensures a perfect zero every time, no matter how many times you remove and install your sights. With a multi-sight slide on your Glock, you can use any sight and know your zero is centered on the very first shot. One gun, any sight, 1-0. So that's nice to know. Guys, something else I wanted to cover with this review is how easy Accuracy X has made it to where you can switch out your springs and tune your pistol to the type of ammunition you're shooting. Let's go ahead and get this taken apart. So now that we have the pistol taken apart, we have the 17-pound spring in it right now, and this was actually a 13-pound spring, which is what was originally in it, which was what was causing the malfunctions with the ammunition we was using to begin. So you just pull up on this, and it will shoot straight out. So here you can see the full metal guide rod. Let's go ahead and switch it out to the 13-pound spring. You insert your spring first, give it a little push, make sure it lines in right, and there we go. That's all that you have to do to tune this pistol to the ammunition that you need to use. So getting into the accuracy of this pistol, to be honest with you all, I'm more of a combat shooter. I can still do accurate shots if I need to, but I'm not the best accurate, most accurate shots you've ever seen. I'm above average, but I don't like to toot my own horn. So that being said, let's let the actual owner of Accuracy X show you what this gun can do.
All right, let's launch 5 rounds and see how it does. Talk about the ammo. So this is the ammo that we're shooting today. This is the Koenig premium ammunition. This is match ammo. It's 110 grain jacketed hollow points for 9mm. Okay, so let's take a look at this group here. All right, so I'm going to measure the width first, and it's less than 20 thousandths wide. I mean, if you go center to center, so it's just about 1.5 bullets wide. And if I try to do the height, it is about 1 inch tall, under 1 inch tall. So when you look at that, actually, if I get center to center, it's about 3/4 of an inch tall. Right there, you can see that. So if you're looking for the most versatile, most comfortable, best trigger, and most accurate striker fire platform, you need to consider our Accuracy X Enhanced custom Glock pistols.
So guys, whenever I first started looking at Accuracy X, I've watched that video and it actually did blow me away. And that video was actually shot with this exact pistol here with this barrel, if I'm not mistaken. So that shows you what exactly this gun can do in the right hands with the right ammunition. So that just blew me away. So now getting into my actual review of the shooting portion of this firearm here. So within the first, I would say 250 rounds, we was actually having a few failure to feeds and failure to go into batteries more than anything. We talked with the owner on what we was experiencing, and we was just using 115 grain full metal jacket. I think it was CCIs maybe. We did a mixture in between of 115, 124, and 147 grains throughout the review, you know, depending on if we was suppressed, unsuppressed, vice versa. But we was doing the first 250 rounds in this barrel here. So when we got to that point, we stopped everything, cleaned it, put it back together, and it was running a little bit better, and we was experiencing a better reliability, but we still having a few problems here and there. So we was talking to him, you know, hey, this is what we're experiencing. What do you think could go on? And he was like, hey, you know, whenever I was shooting myself, I actually put a different spring in it because I had a aim point micro mounted to the gun, and I needed a lot less light or a lighter spring in the gun for it to function with what I was running at that time. So then he sent us the threaded barrel because I was requesting one as well, just so we could run it suppressed, and he also sent us the 17-pound guide or not guide rod, but 17-pound spring. Once we put that spring in there, we had no more failures, regardless if we was running suppressed, unsuppressed on either barrel or whatever else. So that fixed it 100%. Fast forward, we're now 1,000 rounds into this gun, and we have not had a single malfunction one. Like I said, suppressed, non-suppressed, whatever else. So with unsuppressed, we shot mainly with this one, which was the 500 rounds, and then we did shoot 250 rounds in this and unsuppressed as well. Suppressed, we did run two different types of cans. We run the Silencer Co. Osprey 45. We run it a pretty good amount, and then we also trouted out with the AAC Tyrant 9mm HD. Run perfect with that as well. Let's go ahead and look into some of them videos. Right, so this is original spring from factory. Let's go ahead and try it out with the Osprey 45. Run like a top. Let's try another one. This is Sterling 115 grain, the same thing we had in a minute ago. Woo! Hey, as long as she runs, I'll tell you that. She runs good too. I like it. Woo! Gosh, dog. Son, this thing right here, it is it's accurate. Let me tell you something. That is impressive. Let me twist this. Ooh, getting a little hot in there. Got a little dirty on us right there for a second. Had to close my eyes and open them back up. But man, she runs like a top. That is nice. So here is the Tyrant 9 HD 9mm can from AAC. One of the more popular 9mm cans on the market right now. We'll try it out with the AXE AXE-34. This will be using Remington 147 grain subsonic full metal jackets. It doesn't make a sound if y'all can't hear that. Let's hit two into the berm just so you can hear it. So as you can see, no subsonic sound or anything like that. This can does a really, really good job. Let's go ahead and load up some more rounds and see how she does. All right, so with this part of the test here, we're still using the Tyrant 9mm HD from AAC. With this test here, though, we will be doing a sub-super all the way until we got an empty magazine. We're going to be starting out with the supersonic rounds. You're going to hear that supersonic crack and then the subsonic crack. The reason we're doing this for is to show with this gun here that you can use either subsonic or supersonic with this suppressor here and not have to switch out your springs or redo the gun in any bit. Let's go ahead and start out. This will be a supersonic round. And then there's your sub. So you hear that crack and then the sub. Here's going to be another super. Sub. 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 There we go. Empty. Go ahead and throw our other mag. This can be nothing but subsonic, so a little bit easier on the ears. Trying to let you hear how it sounds without even hitting anything. Let's go ahead and try and hit some stuff now. There we go. Sounds great. Done great as well. Can it move a bit? I like to see it. Very beautiful gun, guys, and it is shot like a dream throughout every bit of our testing. Just a pleasure to shoot all around. All right, we got 10 rounds left of subsonic ammunition. Let's go ahead and shoot it. All right, we have failure to lock back on that last one, which could have been me. I think I was holding that down a little bit. But as you can see, she shoots great and she works perfect. So guys, overall, I could not be any more happy with this pistol here. It is pricey though. I think Battlehawk Armory, I think is what it was called, was a place that I seen it for sale, and I think that it was running like maybe $2,500 if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, Battlehawk Armory has one for $2,504 at the time of us filming this review. And guys, to be honest with you, I've not had any of the Terran Tactical Combat Masters or anything like that. But for a gun that you want to be able to run a match or run tactical or run as your duty, sidearm, whatever else, this one right here is hard to beat. I mean, it is 100% the most accurate Glock I've ever had in my hands. And if you all have been a fan of the channel at any time, I've probably reviewed and shot more Glocks than any other type of firearm I've ever shot in my entire life. I mean, I've pretty much grew up on Glock, and it's a very, very nice platform, but this guy here has done something amazing with this gun itself. Like I said, you can take the slide serrations, whatever you like to with that. They've now grown on me, and I think this gun's absolutely beautiful, to be honest with you. But, you know, beauty's in the eye of the beholder, but I do like that part of it. But now, if you want a gun that will do what you want a custom pistol to do, this one right here is the guy for you. So whenever you take into consideration what all he has done with this gun, whenever it comes to fitting the barrel, all the other upgrades that he's done to it, the triggers, the sight systems, and all that, I think $2,500 is a pretty good bargain for what you get here. Because not only are you getting a very reliable pistol, but you're getting one that you know has been built to the custom standards that you need to for a $2,500 pistol, and I would 100% put my stamp of approval on it. So guys, if you're any bit interested in checking out any of the AXE pistols, please check the link in the description below, and it will take you straight to their website. Not only that, but we very well might be getting a 2011 before too long to review for you all if you would like for us to see, or if you'd like to see that as well. I would hate to see what their 2011s look like and feel like if this one right here has done half of what a 2011 can do. Believe me, this gun here has blown me away, so I'm looking very forward to seeing what their 2011s can do. Guys, once again, if you have any questions or comments, please leave it in the comment section below and get back to you as soon as possible. But once again, a very, very special thank you to AXE for supplying this firearm for the review. And also a very special thank you to Optics Planet for all the ammunition that we did use in this review. If it wasn't for them, we would not be able to review as much as we did with this pistol especially. But once again, a very special thank you to Optics Planet and AXE for the gun itself. So guys, appreciate y'all viewing as always. Like and subscribe for more gun reviews, and I'll see y'all in the next video.